Another concern that always rises to the top, but even more so this year, is finding and keeping the right people in your company. Each time we survey our readers, this is a key concern. Ted Cowie notes the skill sets distributors are seeking continue to evolve and include new uses of technology, the ability to use analytics, and better manage inventory and sales and marketing strategies.
The number one issue continues to be finding and retaining, top talent with the experience and disciplines that distribution needs in order to compete in the future. And that's not necessarily the same experience and disciplines that perhaps we needed, 3, 5, 10 years ago. Some of it may be some disciplines that are early in the process of being figured out by distribution, but they will be, I'm certain, important to survival and success in the future. Hiring is becoming more strategic. I think senior managers and managers that are forward-thinking and are trying to position their businesses to grow and prosper regardless of what happens economically are always looking for another silver bullet to throw in the gun in terms of talent.
There seems to be a talent disconnect, however, as unemployment remains high, but distributors say they can't find good people.
There are a lot of factors driving why distributors might be struggling to fill important roles. Larry Good, who owned and managed his own industrial distribution company and is now president of Good Advisors, Inc., addressed this.
Even though we've had high unemployment, which would maybe argue that finding people would be easy, most employers did keep their A talent. So the people that are in the field available are maybe not the ones that most employers need to bring on staff.
Distributors are becoming more strategic about hiring and are raising their standards for the employees they keep around. They recognize that to continue growing and take market share, they have to find the right people. Stu Mecklin of Affiliated Distributors talked about this.
I think the smart distributors out there know they have to be on their A game all the time. And the only way you're going to do that is with the right people.
Another challenge to finding good people is that many good people are moving toward industries that may promise more opportunities, or at least more stability on the jobs front. Julia Klein of C.H. Briggs thinks this may be the case for construction markets in particular, but she also thinks hiring managers may be to blame for some of the disconnect.
I think the HR world sends me a very mixed message. We're not seeing the large cuts that we saw and had to do a couple years ago. It seems to me that most companies are right-sized, quote-unquote, for the revenues that are available. It does seem to me, though, that there is a mismatch between continued high unemployment and jobs that are still searching to be filled. And that's hard for me to understand. Part of it might be a mismatch in skill set. I'm wondering also, though, if two other things might be at play. I wonder if in our industry, people are just moving away from the construction industry because it's not settled. And or I wonder if, because there are still so many job seekers, I wonder if hiring managers having expectations that really just can't be met regardless of how great a skill set is. I wonder if people are holding out for the perfect candidate, who of course doesn't really exist. Thinking that there's so many candidates, there must be somebody perfect to find in a haystack.
Bert Schraga says his company, an electrical distributor based in California, also competes with other industries.
Being in the middle of Silicon Valley with Google, Facebook, Intel, eBay, Hewlett-Packard, Apple, it's especially tough for distributors in Northern California when you're competing with those folks.
Larry Good says recruiting is a challenge, but as companies seek good talent, in some cases recruiting them from other companies, retention becomes an even bigger priority for distributors.
As purse strings do loosen up and as companies come out of the doldrums and start looking at increasing talent, what's the logical thing they're going to do if they can't find it on the unemployment lines? It's going to be go to raid your competitors. So keeping your existing talent in place is going to be a challenge, and I think there's going to be some significant wage pressures that we'll be dealing with.